Alright, so first of all, sorry for my voice. This has kind of happened before on the channel. My voice just gets super fucked every now and then. But I just wanted to cover some things because this has been a weird week for news with regards to game developers. There's just been some motion in the ocean, I should say. And considering the absolute horrible state that modern gaming is currently in, every now and then we just gotta lift up the covers and check in on what's going on. So I got 3 stories to talk about with y'all. And I'm just gonna progress through them from least severe to most. Alright, so this first story I was going to include in my previous entry for Energy Sword Sunday, considering it's got to do with Halo. For some reason, Halo, despite being so quiet right now as a franchise, it's always got some drama. It's always got some bullshit that comes up. Like, honestly, sometimes it's on the level of Disney Star Wars with Kathleen Kennedy, but I digress. So, 343 Industries has always been under fire for hiring the wrong people, supposedly hiring people that don't even like Halo. I don't know what it's like under the new guy, but there's definitely a lot of people who have either given up on 343 or on their very last straw. And shit like what I'm about to talk about just makes me scratch my head with this company, bro. Like this is what I'd consider to be a textbook classic example of why you should probably not post all of your thoughts and feelings onto the internet, specifically Twitter. Now, this tweet's from a 343 developer. They made their account private, so I'm just gonna censor out their profile picture and username out of respect. But man, it's tweets like this where you truly wonder who's working at the company, bro. Alright, so to quote this dude, he says, quote, "I honestly don't think I could work on a game that glorifies or fantasizes modern guns. I've had moments I've struggled with Halo, but the weapons in world is pretty sci-fi, which creates a large enough separation from reality." Alright, now there's a lot of personal reasons as for why someone might not be comfortable with first-person shooter games. That's understandable. What's not understandable is understanding that you have a problem with FPS games and then proceeding to help develop Halo games. The person said that Halo has a large enough separation from realistic shooters. But my friend, I feel like you gotta study the competition on the market. In other words, the games that you mentioned that were uncomfortable in order to improve the game that you're working on. I'm sorry, this is just sad. It's like being an animal rights activist and then deciding to work at a Jimmy John's. And 343, what the hell is your hiring process? What made you think that the person who doesn't like guns would be a perfect fit in the office for a game built upon shooting guns? And not only that, have this person as a producer for all things Halo game related. It's just bonkers. Alright, so yeah, got that out of the way. This is another story that's honestly at a whole different level of whack, and that's this guy. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name, but he's the creative director for Spectrum Studios, who's responsible for material in Final Fantasy. Now, the reason why I'm yapping about this dude now is because he has a requirement for his employees to join him in the sauna butt-ass naked, specifically if you're a female. In response to the outrage regarding this non-negotiable requirement, which was leaked on LinkedIn, the developer stated that this was basically for creative reasons and that it was beneficial for coming up with creative scripts for games. Now, he did clarify that people working for him didn't have to be naked, and instead cited that, and I'm not kidding, that the level of wetness can reach uncomfortable levels and a person may wear a towel for this reason. So basically, bro, kind of just embrace being freaky, you know what I mean? Like this, my friends, is what we would call negative riz, or in more professional terms, sexual harassment. I can't imagine pulling up to work and Mr. Bossman is all like, "Alright guys, it's time to get naked with me and write scripts for Final Fantasy." And alright guys, speaking of being creepy as hell, I gotta talk about Mr. 2-time champ, Dr. Disrespect, because as of late, he's basically taken the L and come out and admitted that he's been Dr. Disrespecting an individual under the age of 18. And the reason why this is relevant to this video is because he's been outright terminated by his game development company, Midnight Society, in which he was a co-founder for. And when this happened, everyone was kind of like, "I don't know, you should cancel this dude without any concrete evidence." But Dr. Disrespect on Twitter straight up was just like, "Yeah, I'm a father. Yeah, I got a wife. Yeah, I'm a fucking adult citizen. But it is true that I was texting a minor. But wait. It wasn't like I was sending anything illegal or anything," even though he also admitted that the conversations lent towards being, in lack of better words, illegal.
What are you doing?
So more of the story with this one, I just don't get these people, man. You're fucking Dr. Disrespect. Like, considering the fact that you're cheating on your wife, which is horrible, I'm not endorsing that at all. At least go after a legal adult. And, I just feel bad for his wife, dog. Like, she has to go home and look at herself in the mirror and be like, "Yeah, my husband's Dr. Disrespect, and he cheated on me with a teenager over Twitch Whisper." It'll be interesting to see whether or not YouTube takes him off the platform like they did with good old Mr. I Just Wanted a Cupcake. EDP445. And honestly, that's all I gotta say, because this was the weirdest, most straightforward situation in the history of this type of shit, because bro basically just spilled the beans on himself on the Twitter courtroom. It'll be interesting to also see if Twitch actually releases the chat logs, but at the same time, it's also pretty crazy that Twitch has the capability to snoop on such chat logs. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of the company. I think the people in charge are absolute wackadoos. Like, apparently the CEO is an actual gooner. Like, I joke about edging and goon maxing every now and then, but this guy actually goons. But, you know, that being said, I like making these commentary type videos. You know, they're pretty fun, so expect more of them. And thank you for the support as always. And yeah, it's been Snug Bro TV. Have a dope ass rest of your day.